video is brought to you by Caribacad, an educational platform built for Caribbean students. We provide structured content to help you ace your exams, access quizzes, videos, lesson material, and detailed explanations at your fingertips. You can also take live tutoring sessions at the comfort of your own home. Hello there, everyone. My name is Dana Jones, and welcome back to Caribacad. And I want to say a special hello to the new viewers. If you are interested in youth and education in the Caribbean, of course, this is the channel for you. We do interviews with students or youth in general who have done exceptionally well in their respective fields. And this is in the hope to motivate youth that are coming up and give them an extra nudge on the shoulder that they need. Now, today we'll be doing an interview under the Zoom format, and I'll be interviewing Kelsi Grant. She's the captain of Arden High School's quiz team. And for those of you who didn't know, Arden High School fared out on top in the school's challenge quiz competition this year. So without further ado, I am pleased to welcome Kelsi Grant. Hello, Kelsi. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And I am indeed speaking with a champion. Thank you so much, and congratulations on your victory. So I would like to know, what was in it for you for quiz? Why did you want to join quiz in the first place, and how long have you been with the Arden quiz family?
Okay, so I decided to join quiz the summer of 2017, and after which I made the team. I was a reserve for 2018. 2019 was my first year playing, and then this would have been my second year, first time winning as a player. I decided to join quiz based on everything that it presented or offered for the student. So yes, it's a lot of studying, but it never usually seems hard, or it never usually seems as a burden once it is that you're willing to put in the work. And I really saw it as a aspect in which I could thrive as a student and overall individual.
That's good. And it's a lot to learn, of course, and there's a lot of study. I know you guys put in grit and nail to really get all of that content in. It's a lot, of course, and it's really important too that you guys get to develop, I would say, 22nd century skills or 21st century skills, collaborating and working together. Because I find that a lot of people tend to overlook that. And I think, okay, I need to just be independent. I need to just focus on what I'm doing. And it's not really like that in the working world. You have to develop collaborative skills, and I really congratulate School Challenge Quiz for putting on a competition like this. So my next question I want to ask you is, how often did you have to practice individually and, of course, with your team members?
Well, we had training for 6 out of the 7 days in the week. Individual work happens whenever it is that you're not at training. So we'd really focus more on that collaborative aspect of the whole process when it is that we're together for the 6 out of the 7 days of the week.
Okay. And COVID-19 was a challenge in itself, but did you as a team have any other difficulties, and how did you manage to overcome them, if there were any?
Well, of course, due to COVID-19, we were not able to have that collaborative aspect physically. So we had to employ resources such as Zoom and Google Meet, WhatsApp, voice call, video call, to really get the drilling done so that we could cover as much content as possible. And I think that's one of the reasons why we fared better than the other teams, regardless of the whole pandemic, because we're able to kind of keep focus regardless and keep to it, even though we weren't in the same physical space.
What was your particular specialty? What subjects did you have to cover?
Well, I specialize in history, Spanish, information technology, Jamaican heritage, and music for the team.
Interesting. So you are part of Arden's quiz team back in 2019, and you were telling us, but unfortunately, you all didn't win that particular year. So do you think Arden was hungrier this time around?
Yes, I believe there was more drive this year. I think one of the main things that really helped us this year was experience, because last year, going in as an inexperienced team, certain mistakes were made. And even though it was just 1 year of experience, that's still a lot to help build you. And we were able to learn from those mistakes and really grow as players, as individuals, and come out on top this year.
And for the first two rounds of the competition, Arden was behind San Diego. Did that phase you at all? Did that get to you? Or you just kept pushing? Well, clearly you guys won, but tell me from your perspective, what happened?
Well, it's expected that some teams or some people would feel intimidated because of the 5 or 6 point difference. However, Arden isn't a team to be deterred when it comes to being behind or being ahead. It really doesn't matter to us because of how we operate, how we execute as a team. That doesn't faze us. So I wasn't particularly concerned about the gap in scores because I know what my team is capable of. I know that we can come back from any setback.
Of course, and clearly you did. So as a captain, what are your specific rules?
Well, apart from the subject specialties, as each of the 4 members of the team would have, as captain, it's important to ensure that everybody is present during the match. Everybody is focused as possible, and as composed as possible. So it's almost like leading from the back, I guess, because I guess some people would expect that, oh, you're captain, you're supposed to know the most or answer the most, but that's never usually the case because you answer if you know your answers are based on the knowledge that you have. So you're not going to always answer right. I've answered my fair share of questions wrong for the 2 years, but it's much more than that. You're on a team with 3 other people who are depending on you to stay constant no matter what's happening throughout the match, whether it is that you're behind by a couple points, whether it is that the other team is shouting and they're not supposed to do that, or banging the table, or the testosterone is just flooding the room. You can't be phased. You have to keep everyone there and keep everyone's belief in themselves up so that they can perform at their best.
Indeed, that was a learning experience for you and for everybody in the team. And for you specifically, what do you, moving on to into the future, what do you see yourself doing? What career choice are you interested in?
Well, I hope to specialize in information technology, specifically cybersecurity, and making reference to quiz. I see where I'll be in that same or a similar team environment, because usually that's how companies work when it comes to cybersecurity. It's never usually just one program or one systems analyst. It's a team working together because somebody could see something that you didn't see, so it's important to have different perspectives, many different minds working together. And this has really prepared me for that, in a sense, because no man is an island.
And no man stands alone.
Right. When you can depend on others, not necessarily be wholly dependent on them, but knowing that you have other people there to help you when you can't necessarily do it yourself, that's a very reassuring feeling. And once you have that, you're in that environment, you know that you have that support, you have those people willing to help you too. get the best outcome at the end of the day. You feel very motivated. Your belief is up, and you'll perform at your best.
That's good to hear. Now, are you continuing on to quiz next year?
Yes, next year is my final year of quiz,
Mm-hmm.
my final year of secondary education.
And indeed, you would have left an indelible mark, and of course, you'd be in Arden's history books. What advice would you give to, and this is actually the final question I'm going to ask you, what advice would you give to someone who's interested in quiz and looking onto being a part of a team like that?
I would say, regardless of you being captain or not, to be a player in general, you need to come in knowing that once you believe in yourself, then nothing else matters. You need to have that self-confidence. This coming from someone who started out and couldn't speak, couldn't answer audibly, no one could hear me. So you need to work on your self-confidence first, because reality is you won't always get everything right. You need to answer wrong. But once it is that you believe in yourself and you're willing to allow that progress to happen, you're willing to allow yourself to improve as a player, as a team member, as an individual, then nothing can stop you from being the best you that you can be.
Thank you so much, Kelsi. Well, you heard it from the best: improvement and self-confidence, and of course having that drive and pushing through. Thank you so much for joining us, and of course it was indeed a pleasure, and I wish you and your teammates all the best next year.
Thank you.